जय सच्चिदानंद चांद की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय।
जय जय गोरा चांदे आरती को शोभा जानवे तटवारी जागो दाखेली ताई चांद भामे गदाधर निकटे आनकाशी बास छत्रधर बासे आछे घोड़ा चांद रत्न सिंहासनी आरती करना आदि देव नारायणी आदि करे समर ढोलाय कुंदवास घोषाली गाय शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करता मधुरा में रंग बाजे और शंख बाजे घंटा रे मधुर 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 बाजे गौरांगेरा आरती रे माझे मधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। बाहुपति चंद्राधीनी भजन गलदेशे वनमाला करे जलवा शिवा सुत नारद भरपति नदा देखी गौरारो संपाद गौरांगेरारती सोहा Jagadanamanaruma Gorangera Roti Shobha Jagadana Manaloha Jagadana Manaloha Jagadana Manaloha Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gora Hari Bol Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutali Kimate Jaya Pataka Pamite Nari Namacharya Padaya Nitai Parodai Guru Katha Naraya Nagar Namatari Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutali Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vachari Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Astakare Satari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jagannath Swami Nayana Patmagami Nayana Patmagami Bhavati Nilachalo Chandra Swami Jagannath Nilachalo Madhavu Pyare Jagannath Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. Jai Sam Sundaro Pyare Jagannath. Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Sachidananda, Gora Hari, Vishnu Vayagana Dhanana Deya Bihari, Gora 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 Hari, Patita Pavana Gora Hari, Jai Taichan, Jai Taichan, Jai Taichan, Rakshakshama. Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Madhava Radha Radha Madhava Giriraj Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj, Jaya Giriraj Maharaj. Shivado Sudan, Shivado Sudan, Shivado Sudan, Jaya Shivado Sudan. Marima, 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 Jaya Marima. Sudarshan, Jaya Sudarshan. Sudarshan, Jaya Sudarshan. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj. Nitai Goda Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Goda. Goda Hari Bol. Gura Premananda Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramamsa Parivrajakacarya Stotra Sat Shri Shri Madhi's Divine Grace Saisi Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Vivide Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Guru Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Sachinandan Nitai Chand Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Madhav Shri Radha Raman Lal Ki Jai. Shri Manima Shri Madhusudan Shri Giriraj Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासुदेव गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र की जय। हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई सरस्वती माई की जय। ISKCON Coventry Yatra की जय। ISKCON Worldwide Yatra की जय। Gaura Premananda Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. For today, we are remembering the following people for Lord Nrsimha's blessings. Among the departed souls, we remembering Brij Sehgal, Delu Ram Roy, and Suvir Pasi. We are praying for the well-being of His Holiness Japatak Swami, His Holiness Lokanath Swami, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Swami, and the many other ISKCON gurus and leaders suffering around the world, and all members of their care teams. We're also praying for Jyoti Malan, Vinod Manjuri Devi, Rasi, Sudesh Kular, Bhaktin Rita, Rita Vadgama's mother, Prem Manjuri, Shraddha Devi, Srimati Prem Malan, Santi Ben Solanki, Shri Guru Srinivas, Vijay Sima Reddy, Gaur Hari Prabhu and his mother, John, Davinder, Kishavai Thakur, Daniel House, and want to add my brother-in-law also, Amratla Chandegra. So he's has some infection problems. Also remembering many other devotees who may be suffering around the world, and the many victims of the Russia-Ukraine war, and the general well-being of the whole world.
Namaste Narasimhaya Taladadodai Ye Anakoshe Purvashaha Shirakankana Ito Narsimha Parhato Narsimha Jata Jata Jami Kathu Narsimha Bahi Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimha Mare Saranam Prapadi Avagara Kamala Vare Nakamadhuta Lingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvrinda Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Who writes that woman in the last?
Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsimha Hare Narsimha Hare Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Hare Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Nityananda Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol. नरसिंहरी भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, गौर आनंद हरि बोल। जय हो।
Tayo, thank you, Prabhuji.
जय हो।
Not sure why, but the pictures are fuzzy today, not sharp. Still nice. Please accept our humble obeisances. Vancha kalpa tarubhascha kripa sindhuve vaja patitanam pavanabhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha. Haribo. We only got a handful of people today. What is your okay? But I think we'll still continue to read from 7th canto, and because, as I said yesterday, in the coming days, many of us might get very busy with preparations for Nursing Jayanti and the Jubilee program, so then we might get pulled away doing other things. So let's read now while we can. If you can pull up the Bhagavatam, please. And because there's only a handful of people, three verses each, please. What number were you on?
Can you see, Prabhu?
Yeah, 54. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprashya Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki Singha Dev Ki Jai. Is Prem Manjuri there?
Yes, yes.
Ah, good.
Okay. Can I start?
Yes.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Jai Nishingadev, Jai Prahlad Maharaj. Oh, my friends, oh, son of demons, everyone, including you, the Yakshas and the Rakshasas, the unintelligent women, Shudras and cowherd men, the birds and the lower animals, and the sinful living entities can revive his original eternal spiritual life and exist forever simply by accepting the principle of Bhakti Yoga. In this material world, to render service to the lotus feet of Govinda, the cause of all causes, and to see him everywhere is the only goal of life. This much alone is the ultimate goal of human life, as explained by all the revealed scriptures. That's it. Another one?
Yes. Yes.
Narad Muni continued, all the sons of the demons appreciated the transcendental instructions of Prahlad Maharaj and he took them very seriously. They rejected the materialistic instructions given by their teachers Sandak and Amrak.
Do one more. Do one more. Manjari.
When Sandak and Amrak, the son of Shukracharya, observed that all the students, the sons of the demons, were becoming advanced in Krishna consciousness because of the associations of Prahlad Maharaj, they were afraid. They approached the king of the demons and described the situation as it was.
Right, thank you. When Hiranyakashipu, Nrsimhadev Ki Jai. When Hiranyakashipu understood the entire situation, he was extremely angry, so much so that his body trembled. Thus he finally decided to kill his son Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu was by nature very cruel, and feeling insulted, he began hissing like a snake trampled upon by someone's foot. His son Prahlad was peaceful, mild and gentle. His senses were under control, and he stood before Hiranyakashipu with folded hands. According to Prahlad's age and behavior, he was not to be chastised. Yet, with staring crooked eyes, Hiranyakashipu rebuked him with the following harsh words. Hiranyakashipu said, "O most impudent, most unintelligent disruptor of the family, O lowest of mankind, you have violated my power to rule you, and therefore you are an obstinate fool. Today I shall send you to the place of Yamaraj. My son Prahlad, you rascal, you know that when I am angry, all the planets of the three worlds tremble along with the chief rulers. By whose power has a rascal like you become so impudent that you appear fearless and overstep my power to rule you?"
Hare Krishna, Jai Nishingadev, Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. Prahlad Maharaj said, "My dear king, the source of my strength of which you are asking is also the source of yours. Indeed, the original source of all kinds of strength is one. He is not only your strength or mine, but the only strength of everyone. Without him, no one can get any strength, whether moving or not moving, superior or inferior. Everyone, including Lord Brahma, is controlled by the strength of the Supreme Personality of Godhead." The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the supreme controller and time factor, is the power of the senses, the power of the mind, the power of the body, and the vital force of the senses. His influence is unlimited. He is the best of all living entities, the controller of the three modes of material nature. By his own power, he creates this cosmic manifestation, maintains it, and annihilates it also. Prahlad Maharaj continued, "My dear father, please give up your demonic mentality. Do not discriminate in your heart between enemies and friends. Make your mind equipoised towards everyone. Except for the uncontrolled and misguided mind, there is no enemy within this world. When one sees everyone on the platform of equality, one then comes to the position of worshipping the Lord perfectly." Hare Krishna. In former times, there was many fools like you who did not conquer the 6 enemies that steal away the wealth of the body. These fools are very proud, thinking I have conquered all enemies in all the 10 directions. But if a person is victorious over the 6 enemies and equipoised towards all living entities, for him there is no enemies. Enemies are merely imagined by one in ignorance. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pranava family, Pranava Prabhu and family, please. 4 verses each.
Hare Krishna is done also now.
Yeah.
So Tidiksha will start. This is a small one.
Okay, yes, good idea. Do
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna. Well, remember, if it wasn't Hiranyakashipu, Nrsimhadev wouldn't be there. He wouldn't come.
Hiranyakashipu replied, "You skulls, you are trying to minimize my value as if you were better than me at controlling senses. This is over intelligent. I can therefore understand that you decide to die at my hands for this kind of nonsensical talk. Talk is indulgent in by those about to die. Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Text 12. O most unfortunate Prahlad, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is the controller of everyone, and who is all pervading. But where is he? Is he everywhere? Then why is he not present before me in this pillar? Text 13. Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever
Sever.
your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipable God come to protect you. I want to see it. Being obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu, who was very great in bodily strength, thus chastised his exalted devotee son Prahlad with harsh words. Cursing him again and again, Hiranyakashipu took up his sword, got up from his royal throne, and with great anger struck his fist against the column. I did four, no? Sorry, I think now one more. Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound, which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. O my dear Yudhishthir, this sound reached even the abodes of the demigods like Lord Brahma, and when the demigods heard it, they thought, oh, now our planets are being destroyed. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Aisha Baji, Dandat Pranam. Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki jai. Text 16. While showing his extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, had that wonderful tumultuous sound, which had never before been heard. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demon were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly. Text 17. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. Text 18. While Hiranyakashipu looked all around to find the source of the sound, that wonderful form of the Lord, which could not be ascertained to be either a man or a lion, emerged from the pillar. In amazed Hiranyakashipu wondered.
Amazement.
Huh?
Amazement.
Amazement. Hiranyakashipu wondered, what is this creature that is half man and half lion? Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who the form of Nrsimhadeva standing before him was. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold. His shining mane, which expanded the dimensions of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, and his razor sharp tongue, which moved about like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like caves of a mountain. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short and thick, his chest broad, his waist thin, and the hairs on his body as white as the rays of the moon. His arms, which resembled flanks of soldiers, spread in all directions as he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and other natural weapons. Jai Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki Jai.
Aisha Baji,
Hare
Dandat
Krishna.
Pranam.
Pranam.
Ki jai. Text 23. Hiranyakashipu murmured to himself, Lord Vishnu, who possesses great mystic powers, has made this plan to kill me. But what is the use of such an attempt? Who can fight with me? Thinking like this and taking up his club, Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord, just as a small insect falls.
No. You attack the Lord like and previous. Finish the previous verse.
Oh, okay. Thinking like this and taking up his club, Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord like an elephant. Text 24. Just as a small insect falls forcefully into a fire and the insignificant creature becomes invisible. When Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord, who was full of effulgence, Hiranyakashipu became invisible. This is not at all astonishing for the Lord. For the Lord is always situated in pure goodness. Formerly, during creation, he entered the dark universe and illuminated it by his spiritual effulgence. Thereafter, the great demon Hiranyakashipu, who was extremely angry, swiftly attacked Narasimhadev with his club and began to beat him. Lord Narasimhadev, however, captured the great demon along with his club, just as Garuda might capture a great snake. Text 26. O Yudhishthir, O great son of Bharat, when Lord Narasimhadev gave Hiranyakashipu a chance to slip from his hand, just as Garuda sometimes plays with the snake and lets it slip from its mouth, the demigods who had lost their abodes and who were hiding behind the clouds for fear of the demon did not consider that incident very good. Indeed, they were very perturbed. Hare Krishna Singh Dev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Thank you.
Okay, this word, the correct pronunciation is demon. Demon, okay?
Yes, yeah.
D-E-M-O-N is demon.
Demon. Okay.
Yeah, English is a funny language where the sound of letters changes according to the word. So it's just something you have to get used to. Okay, Prem Prakash Prabhu, please. Hello, Prem Prakash. We'll come back. Who else is there? Sachinandan, you there? Okay, Thakur Banilaben, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Do 3 verses each, please.
3, okay. Narasimhadev ki jai. Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Text 27. When Hiranyakashipu was freed from the hands of Narasimhadev, he falsely thought that the Lord was afraid of his prowess. Therefore, after taking a little rest from the fight, he took up his sword and shield and again attacked the Lord with great force. 28. Making a loud, shrill sound of laughter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, who is extremely strong and powerful, captured Hiranyakashipu, who was protecting himself with his sword and shield, leaving no gaps open. With the speed of a hawk, Hiranyakashipu moved sometimes in the sky and sometimes on the earth. His eyes closed because of fear of Narasimhadev's laughter. 29. As a snake captures a mouse or Garud captures a very venomous snake, Lord Narasimhadev captured Hiranyakashipu, who could not be pierced even by the thunderbolt of King Indra. As Hiranyakashipu moved his limbs here, there, and all around, very much very much afflicted at being captured, Lord Narasimhadev placed the demon on his lap, supporting him with his thighs, and in the doorways of the assembly hall, the Lord very easily tore the demon to pieces with the nails of his hand. 30.
That's Neil.
23. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandut Pranam.
Yeah,
Lord Narasimhadev ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Text 30. Lord Narasimhadev's mouth and mane were sprinkled with with drops of blood, and his fierce eyes, full of anger, were impossible to look at. Licking the edge of his mouth with his tongue, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narasimhadev, decorated with a garland of intestine taken from Hiranyakashipu's abdomen, resembled a lion that has just killed an elephant. 31. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had many, many arms, first uprooted Hiranyakashipu's heart and then threw him aside and turned towards the demon's soldiers. These soldiers had come in thousands to fight with him with raised weapons and were very faithfully followers of Hiranyakashipu. but Lord Narasimhadev killed all of them merely with the end of his nails. 32. The hair on Narasimhadev's head shook the clouds and scattered from here and there. His glaring eyes stole the effulgence of the luminous of the sky, and his breathing agitated the seas and the oceans. Because of his roaring, all the elephants in the world began to cry in fear. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Nilavan. Sachinandan, are you ready? Prem Prakash Prabhu.
Jai Ho. Sorry, brother. I don't get it.
Sachinandan, nice, good.
Where shall I start from, Prabhuji?
33, yes.
Okay.
3 verses, okay?
Airplane. Jai Narasimhadev Bhagwan ki Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Are you on YouTube? Still on YouTube, Prabhuji?
Oh, yes.
Shall I continue?
Yeah, just continue.
Okay.
Who's in charge? They should switch it. We normally switch it out one after.
Sudashana Pranava.
All right.
Yeah, bro, I forgot to switch off.
Yeah,
I am doing